Well, we are going to turn a negative into a positive here today. We've got tickets to Coldplay. I think this is going to be maybe their final show in America, something like that. I heard it's the final of something before they take a little hiatus. So
okay, but not forever.
No. This is just as far as their tour legs go. I think last stop, and it makes sense because a lot of times after you've performed in South Florida and you've driven 18 semi-trucks down here, you're like, all right, it takes, we're driving just in one direction. Let's just quit after this.
And let me sleep.
Yeah, it is. It wears a lot of people
But
out.
what a way to end the concert tour with the whole CEO snuggle hugging.
Yes.
That put them big time on the forefront.
Yeah, so we want somebody that has a pretty crazy cheating story where somebody cheated on you, and we're going to give you a chance to actually get a benefit out of that painful moment that you went through. What was so crazy about it? Was it public? Was it kind of like the CEO that got busted? And he, I mean, my gosh, not only losing his job, but I imagine his wife is gone, and it just...
His kids are on TikTok making TikToks about how disappointed they are that he is their dad.
Yeah, I mean, there's just a lot of blowback that this guy is going to get. So we've got Stephanie on here from Lake Worth Beach. Now, Stephanie, what happened with your ex? Apparently, he was cheating on you your entire relationship, and he was cheating on you with somebody he should not have been cheating on you with. Who is he cheating on you with?
So my best friend was the manager of the bar I worked at in New Orleans in the French Quarter. Mm-hmm. And I left my ex-husband, not because he was cheating, he just liked cocaine more than me. And I was actually dating my current now upgrade husband, my soulmate. Mm-hmm. We had just started dating when my ex-husband decided to go to AA and get sober. So he had to confess his past sins, and he called me for the first time in maybe 5 years and told me about 6 months into our marriage, he started sleeping with my best friend and my bar manager. So pretty much I'd be closing the bar. She's off and they're off having sex. But I never got to find out while there to like make a scene or slap anyone in the face. I found out years later after I had already left him. But pretty much our whole marriage, he was banging my best friend. And I didn't find out until like 5 years after I had divorced him.
Wow.
Did you then connect with your best friend to let her know that you knew what she was doing?
Yeah, she was dating, still is dating the owner of that bar, and he had no idea that she had been cheating on him too.
Ooh.
And we were still best friends. It was during COVID, and we were like taking video FaceTime like shots of tequila all the time together. And the night before I found out, we were doing that. So like we were still really close and video chatting like multiple times a week. And I just sent her a text saying, hey, I just got off the phone with Daniel. I know about what you did. And if I respect myself at all, I'm never speaking to you again. I was so proud of myself for being mature, not blowing up her whole world and like sending messages to her husband and all this stuff. But I wanted to be petty so bad, but I didn't.
And honestly, if I was a betting man, and I am, I think she's doing cocaine still.
Wow.
Yeah, she is. But you know what? At the time, it was sad, but I actually texted in a positive shout out for my current husband now. He's the best. We have a 3-year-old son. He's the most amazing man. So I never would have met if I stayed any longer with that douchebag in New Orleans. So
Well, there you go.
Yeah, that is a really good way to look at it.
Yes.
You know, I know it sucks to be cheated on, but there's something wrong with their character that they do something like that. And anytime you get past a cheater, it is a good thing. So
I don't understand how a girl can be perpetrating to be your best friend.
Yeah.
And she's sleeping with your man. Like, what kind of diabolical evil hooker are you?
That's why I'm going. She's got to be on. She just is.
I would just struggle with trust for the rest of my life.
Mm-hmm.
Like, wait, what?
But you know what? That's the sad thing is a lot of people who have been cheated on like that, they do. They carry that baggage with them forever.
I get it.
It's hard for them to ever trust somebody again.
Well, that was a great story. You told it very awesome. I mean, I was there the whole time.
Yeah.
Mentally, you did a great job.
Yep. Sounds like somebody's going to Coldplay. And Carolyn is on here from Boca with a pretty crazy cheating story as well. Now, this is your friend who did 23andMe. Is that right, Carolyn?
Yeah, I don't know if it was Ancestry.com or 23andMe. She did one of those. Mm-hmm. And she's one of 5. She has 2 brothers and 2 sisters. And when she did it, she found out that one of her brothers and sisters, because they kind of all did it, was not a full biological brother and sister. And through more digging, she had another hit that she had another sister, half-sister. As it turns out, one of her brothers and sisters, their father was her friend's father, and her friend growing up is now half-sister.
Oh my gosh.
That was so confusing.
So her mom was banging her friend's dad?
Yeah.
Wow.
And her friend's mom was banging her dad.
Wow.
Unbelievable.
So we don't know this. I mean, of course, we found this out like 40, 50 years later.
Yeah.
But, and they're gone. So the theory between all of the now, siblings, or however many there are now, I don't even know, is that they either were swingers or they were just all hooking up with each other and the others didn't know. But they're like, let's just go with that they're swingers. But
Yeah.
we didn't know. Or
That's
they
what
don't
it.
know.
To me, honestly, that's what
Yeah.
it sounds like. I kind of feel like they were swingers.
Wow.
That's wild.
That is wild. How about
And
that?
if they're dead and gone, you can't ask any of them, hey, were you swingers or were you cheaters?
It is tough to swing when you are dead.
Yeah. Well, and that's true. And I got to say, honestly, that is an era where now it is so hard, I think. Is it harder or easier to cheat today than it was 50 years ago? I would think harder, right? With all the devices that can get you busted.
It's harder to get away with it.
Well, because people get sloppy and they think they're not going to get caught, so they get on technology, and technology brings everybody down.
Yes, it does.
It just does.
Yes, it does. Paige in Lake Worth Beach had texted us in. She said, I ended up dating this guy for 1 year, not knowing that he had a little secret. He was going back and forth to Pennsylvania because he was in the military. And one day we went to a Pittsburgh Steelers game. We had front row tickets. And he ended up proposing to me on the big screen.
Whoa.
Then, a couple days later, I get a call from his wife.
Oh, my gosh. What an idiot.
That's just like the CEO at the Coldplay kind of thing.
Wow.
Get on the Jumbotron, big dummy. And he actually was celebrating it, though, unlike the CEO, who didn't play it right either by acting the way he did. That made it obvious that he's with his side piece.
But the guy at the Pittsburgh game, like, he knew what he was doing.
Right, exactly.
He was making a public spectacle of himself on purpose.
He's celebrating, and he's married.
Dude.
Exactly.